Are you planning a trip to the Azores and you have no idea how to use the ferries to hop from one island to the other? Then don't worry, I got you covered. On this video, I'm going to tell you all about the ferries in the Azores. What are the most common routes, how you can book your tickets, what to expect on board, and the most common mistakes that tourists make when using the ferries in the Azores. And if we haven't met yet, hello, my name is Sara Riobon. I am Portuguese and I have been traveling to the Azores Islands since I was 6 years old, and I come here so often that I have decided to open my own travel website about Azores called twoazoresislands.com, and my goal is to help you explore the Azores like a local and in the most stress-free possible way. Before we start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This way you're not going to miss any of my new content about the Azores, Porto and the Douro Valley. You can also join my mailing list about the Azores. I'll drop the link in the description box because I share with my mailing list followers insider tips that I don't write anywhere else. Let's start. Before we start talking about the ferries, you need to understand the Azores. So please don't skip this section, otherwise you're not going to understand anything that I'm going to say. There is no such thing as the Azores because the Azores consists of 9 islands divided in 3 different groups. And the way that the islands are connected varies depending to which group they belong to. So basically you have the Eastern group, which consists of the islands of São Miguel and Santa Maria. You have the Central group, which has 5 islands, Terceira, Graciosa, and the so-called Triangle Islands, Pico, Faial, and São Jorge. And finally, you have the Western group, which is basically Flores and Corvo. Now, here's the rule. If you are traveling between islands of the same group, usually you can take a ferry, okay? For instance, if you're traveling between Faial and Pico Islands. However, if you want to travel between islands that belong to different groups, for instance, between Pico and Flores, you definitely have to catch a flight. The busiest and most reliable ferry routes are between the Triangle Islands, Pico, Faial, and São Jorge. These islands are connected by the blue, green, and orange ferry lines. Then there's the short hop between Flores and Corvo, the islands of the Western group, connected by the pink line. And during summer, you'll have the white and the purple lines connecting more islands of the Central group, namely Terceira and Graciosa, but those are very seasonal lines. So what does it look like to take a ferry in the Azores? Let me show you. Don't expect cruise ships. These are straightforward vessels designed to get you from A to B. Some are bigger and carry cars, others are passenger only. But they all have the basics: seating, restrooms, and usually a small bar or cafeteria where you can grab a coffee or a beer. According to Atlantico rules, every passenger can bring 2 checked bags plus 1 hand luggage. There's no weight limit, it's about the number of pieces you carry with you. If you need more, you can pay for extra luggage. And yes, you can bring your own car, but it comes with extra fees. And car spaces are limited. You drive your car into the ferry, park it, and then head upstairs to the passenger deck. In summer, car slots sell out quickly, so booking early is a must. Overall, ferries are a great way to travel in the Azores. They are cheap, they are practical, and they come with great views. Just keep your expectations realistic, okay? It's not a luxury transportation mode. It's basically a water taxi, as they say here in the islands, and it's part of the experience for sure. If this video has proved useful so far, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button of this channel. This way you're not going to miss any of my new content about the Azores Islands, Porto and the Douro Valley. And second of all, if you're interested in getting my exclusive tips about how to travel in the Azores, join my mailing list. The link to my mailing list is in the description box of this video. Let's move to other important topics: how to book your tickets to the Azores Ferries and how to avoid the most common mistakes that travelers do. All ferries are run by the same company and they publish the schedules usually once every 2 to 4 months. That means you won't be able to buy tickets, let's say 8 months ahead of time, and that's perfectly normal. You can buy the tickets directly on the Atlantico Line website or at the ferry terminals. Online is always the safest option, especially in summer when ferries can sell out with days in advance. If your ferry gets cancelled because of bad weather, you will receive a text message letting you know. And another one once the ferries are cleared to sail again. You can either switch to another schedule or request a refund. But the bottom line is book early when possible, but stay flexible. The weather in the Azores is unpredictable, especially in winter and the shoulder season, and that means your plans might need to change. Now, let's talk about common problems and how to avoid them. First, cancellations or delays. These are common, especially in winter and the shoulder seasons. If you're traveling in those months, always build in a buffer day just in case. For instance, don't have a ferry booked in the morning to catch a flight in the afternoon. Secondly, frequency. In the summer, ferries between the Triangle Islands, so Pico, Faial, and São Jorge, run several times a day. But in the off season, the schedule is much thinner, sometimes just once a day, sometimes not even that. Always check the timetable carefully. Third, limited car slots. If you want to bring a car on board, you need to book that at the same time as your passenger. Car spaces are few and they sell out quickly, especially in summer months. And finally, seasickness. I don't know about you, but I always get seasick inside a ferry wherever I go in the world. So these days, what I do is that I usually take a motion sickness pill before entering a ferry, at least during the rough days. Another option that you have if you don't want to take any pill is to stay outdoors because the fresh air really helps with the seasickness. So there you have it. Ferries in the Azores are not complicated. You basically have to understand how the different islands belonging to different groups are connected, how to book your tickets, and how the bad weather can mess up with your travel plans. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. This will help me to produce more free content for you about the Azores Islands, Porto, and the Douro Valley, all fantastic regions in my beautiful country, Portugal. I hope to see you soon. Bye!